Remembering those lost in a tragic accident. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us. Well, on the third anniversary of the deadliest accident in Metro's history, family members, political leaders, and transit officials gathered to remember those killed and honor the heroic first responders. Rochelle Metzger is in Northeast D.C. with the story.
The families of the victims killed in the 2009 Red Line crash say the new plaque unveiled today here during a ceremony on the Charles Langley Bridge will go a long way towards helping the community to heal. It'll also provide a place for them to come year after year to remember their loved ones.
I think this is a great idea for the families.
The family of 29-year-old Veronica Dubose wears white to honor her memory. Since her death, they've been unified in raising her two young children.
We always let them know that, she's always remembered in our hearts, and we love her and miss her very much.
These people will never be forgotten. They'll always be remembered. The emergency crew that got out here and helped out, saved the ones that could be saved, and treated our loved ones with respect, got them off that train. So we're just grateful, we're thankful.
3, 2, 1.
The city is dedicating a bronze memorial plaque on the New Hampshire Avenue Charles Langley Bridge in Northeast, overlooking the tracks where 3 years ago today, two Red Line trains collided near the Fort Totten station, killing 9 and injuring 80 others.
The heading on the plaque is a brief quotation attributed to Pericles, and it reads, and I quote, "What we leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others. They each made their mark, but still, we wish fervently that they had not left us so soon."
The National Transportation Safety Board reported that a faulty track circuit was to blame and issued more than 30 safety recommendations.
And 19 of those went directly to WMATA. All of those were focused on making Metro safer for their employees and for their passengers, and focused on preventing future accidents.
Metro officials say the agency has made major investments to ensure better safety and reliability on the public transit system.
Some of the NTSB recommendations included installing a monitoring system. We've installed that monitoring system. We are replacing the pieces of equipment that were implicated in that. So those things either have been done or are underway. We've been working very hard to, as I say, improve the equipment. We've done that. We've made significant strides. We have a lot more to do.
Mayor Gray also tells us that he's initiated plans for a memorial park and garden nearby. The city hopes to have that completed by June 2013, in time for the 4th anniversary of the crash. In the district, I'm Rochelle Metzger, CTV News.
And the district is accepting proposals from artists and architects to build the permanent $1 million memorial and city park. The project is slated to include seating, a walkway, solar lighting, a sculpture, and a play area. Well, we have some breaking news right now in from Riverdale, where we have just learned that a car has crashed into a home. Sonia Srivastava is at the site right now and has this report for us. Sonia?
Hi, Patty. Well, we are just getting here to the scene, and this is actually the Riverdale area, and we are on 57th Place near Jennifer Place, and I can tell you that there are 4 children between the ages of 5. There's a 5-year-old boy, 7-year-old boy, 9-year-old girl, and a 10-year-old girl have all been injured, and they have all been taken to Children's Hospital. The 7-year-old boy is actually in critical condition right now. Now, police tell me that this all began shortly before 4 o'clock this evening. There was a woman, a 30-year-old woman. She was driving straight on 57th Place, and for some reason, she wanted to avoid another vehicle, or police are saying they're not sure if her foot got stuck or something happened, and she essentially ran a fence and went into a front yard where there was a pool, like a baby pool, and that had 4 children inside. And so she actually ran that fence and ran into that pool and then ran into another home. So the caregivers who were nearby, they quickly came, grabbed the children, they took them to the hospital. At this time, I can tell you that they are just trying to secure an electric meter that the car ran into, because the weather here, it is starting to rain a little bit, and they are trying to secure power lines before the rain comes down. Now, I'm told that the driver of that car is a 30-year-old woman. She had a 9-year-old daughter who was in the car with her. driving a Toyota 4Runner. And they are both doing okay, but they have been taken to Prince George's Hospital for observation. Now, I can tell you that the other car that was involved that the driver was trying to avoid, that person has also stayed on scene, and they too were taken to the hospital because of, I guess, emotional trauma dealing with this. This is a very, very quiet neighborhood, and all of the neighbors are out here trying to see what happened. The kids, I'm told not all of them live at this location. They were all, some of them possibly neighbors coming to play on this hot day, just sitting in the pool, relaxing in their front yard. And police just tell me all of a sudden a 4Runner just comes into them and essentially towards them. So, you know, they are certainly trying to figure this out. That is the very latest from here. Like I said, we are on the scene. I'm sure you're looking at some pictures right now, and we will bring you the very latest as it becomes available. Back to you, Patty.
All right, Sonia, thank you so much. As we mentioned earlier, as she mentioned earlier, a car has crashed into a home in Riverdale, injuring several children. We'll have the latest on that story on Monday. Well, Bill Simon of District Heights murdered an Upper Marlboro resident 12 years ago. Today, he was sentenced to life plus 20 years in prison. The family of the victim, Michael Neal, spoke to the media today. Back in June 2001, Neal was robbed and then shot dead by two men wearing masks in the early morning hours. He was still in bed with his 2-month-old baby by his side. According to police, one of the men was Billy Simon, who knew Neal and was a fellow drug dealer. Today, the family denied that claim.
He worked for the State Department, you know, all his life, and it's just a coincidence that someone decided to come into his house for the greed, the love of money, and take him away.
So you think it was just pure greed? There was nothing else, like your brother didn't have any confrontations or any kind of, you know, nothing was going on that would have caused this to escalate?
Oh, no. My brother's the nicest guy you ever want to meet. It showed in the courtroom. So many friends and family came out to support him. So it wasn't anything about confrontation. It was just about jealousy, envy, and just money is the root of all evil.
We are very satisfied that we have removed from our community not only a convicted drug felon who is a dangerous man, but who is now also a convicted murderer.
And Simon's blood was found inside the home, and that DNA evidence is what led to the conviction. Simon had an extensive prior criminal record. Well, there are still many more questions after a police-involved shooting in Fairmont Heights last night. It happened about midnight in the 5600 block of Kolb Street. Police say they responded to the address after a resident said they heard gunshots. When authorities arrived, they were confronted by a man. At that point, some type of altercation ensued, and that led to the shooting. The suspect is in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No officers were injured. Well, some customers may be upset about a credit union's policy to have them remove certain things before entering the building. But in a statement, the business says it's all about safety and security. HEW Federal Credit Union in Suitland doesn't allow people to wear hats, hoodies, or sunglasses into the branch. In a statement today, a spokesman defended the policy, saying it helps reduce fraud, identity theft, and potentially stops robberies. It also points out that other credit unions have adopted similar policies for safety reasons. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.